Rule my boys, that could all rule my boys. You mustn't work more than 8 hours any day or else you're fined. 8 hours work a day, then 8 hours to play. You mustn't work no more, do you mind? Now Pat had an order bricks, tonight was striking 6. The top of the ladder he was on but wouldn't leave him then. He wouldn't work overtime, for that would be a crime. Says he, I'll carry them down again. For I worked 8 hours this day, and they think I've earned my pay. When the clock struck 6, he took down the bricks, and he wouldn't work half a minute longer. Now Patsy Mulligan, he made a fool again. He went to the barber's just to get a decent penny share. He had lovely whiskers on, Donegal whiskers on, but bad that barber didn't behave. For he soaked and he lathered and he jawed and he blathered, and he got one side of Johnny's face so nice and clean all over. And he went to the other jaw, better than the clock he saw. Says he, tomorrow I'll finish you a shave, for I've worked 8 hours this day, and they think I've earned my pay. Leave your other whiskers on until tomorrow, John, for I won't work half a minute longer. Providence. Have you ever been broke? Just broke to the white, with just what you stand up with and nothing beside. Living on scraps for the best part of a week, when you know where to find them and you know where to seek. I've been like that to the cold winter's night, when the streets were deserted with nothing in sight, save a slow-moving bobby whose job was to see that the public were protected from fellows like me, who'd put aside inside to answer the court why they are wandering around without any means of support. It always strikes me as a queer sort of job to pick on a man because he is broke. Do they think we like wandering around in the rain, soaked through to the skin, with a dull ache and pain? He was forgetting his last decent meal, just praying for the time when it's too numb to feel. Life isn't worth much when you get to that state, waiting to die and nowhere to wait. I remember the time, it was a long while ago, when I stood on the bridge with a river below. The last food I had was 2 days before, and I never expected I'd got any more. That night was the worst that ever I've known, with a dirty wet fog that chilled to the bone. I set my teeth hard, and I sat down on my heel, on the rail that my hand was too numb to feel. When a snivelling pup came up out of the fog, and whimpered at me, just a scrap of a dog, bedraggled and dirtied just like me, just a wreck with a sad little neck, and his poor scraggy neck. A few seconds more and I would have died, but he just come up to me and licked my hand, and I sat down and cried. I covered the poor little chap with my coat, and I carried him off with a lump in my throat. I took him away to a place where I'd known, where they give him a bed and a biscuit or two. They didn't seem keen to take him in, but the sergeant in charge gave a bit of a grin when I told him that the pup could do with a meal. Oh, I'll fix him up, he said, but how do you feel? It may be perhaps that the sergeant could see the state I was in. I wasn't too clean. The hunger and cold I had suffered all day exhausted my limits, and I fainted away. When they fed me and slept me, and they gave me 2 bob, and the following day they found me a job. I've worked ever since, and I put a bit by. I'm comfortable now, and I don't want to die. We've a nice little house in a quiet little street, with a decent sized garden that's always kept neat. I've worked there hard when I've the time to spare, and I'm proud, very proud of a little corner there, with a pick of the flowers round a little red stone that stands in a corner all on its own. It picks and it bears an inscription, not very grand. The letters are crooked, but you'll understand, I wasn't too steady when I carved at that time. Quite recently, here are the words that I carved on that stone. Here lies my friend when I was alone, helpless and friendless, out in the fog. God save my life for the help of a dog. When I married my own girl, she looked a mass of charms, and as I gazed into her face, I longed to take her in my arms. But now I'm discontented, for I found that she and me, her golden hair I thought was real, is only stuck on with glue altogether, and a little bit further down, a little bit further down. Her lovely nose is only one, it looked like a lump of roly pudding, and her teeth, they cost but half a crown, and instead of a leg is the trunk of a tree. A little bit further down. Well, I was passing a window once, I saw a ginger chap, and he had got such a lovely lump of sweet stuff on his lap. And when they saw me looking through, they acted most unkind, for the girl got off of Ginger's lap and quickly drew the blind. A little bit further down, a little bit further down. The lady fair again he cuddled. I think the bloke was a trifle muddled, for I heard her say, "Oh, you are a silly clown. You're kissing a nose, the usual place. A little bit further down."
That must be the end of the tape, Rodri.